Hi, it's me, Ingrid the INFP, and this is a comment towards somebody who was on We're Now Continuous videos, also has been commenting on my videos, so thanks, um, about how to deal with INFPs with their self-pity and victimizing, self-victimizing. And so I felt like I'm going to make a video about how to deal with INFPs um, from my perspective, because you won't ever get a good video from another type about how to deal with our type. By definition, you need our perspective in order to make in order to please us. I can only speak for myself, and I can't speak for all INFPs. But I hope that my thoughts are things that are shared by other INFPs. Other INFPs are free to comment if they feel like I got something wrong, or if they have other tips that might be better. But this is how I would say what to keep in mind when you're talking to an INFP. First of all, just be nice. I mean, I can't believe I have to say this, but like, a lot of people think that, well, I mean, that's, they don't have to, you have to put in work. Everybody, in order to get an INFP's love, you have to also put your love out there. Otherwise, you're just going to get like bad interactions with INFPs. INFPs do have this self-pity and this self-victimizing. It's true, but like it's because we have such a low opinion of ourselves, and we haven't been encouraged in our lives. I mean, some people have been encouraged, but a lot of the world sees INFPs as deficient, and so a lot of INFPs are jaded by this, by the fact that they've always been told that they were not enough. And if you like lean into that that kind of thinking, then INFPs will get turned off by you, and their unhealthy side will show up more readily. But if you're nice and like you compliment them when their strengths show up, you may criticize them if you want, but like try to sandwich it in a nice way. Try to say it in a nice way, and don't do it all the time, because we are very aware of our weaknesses, and we don't always need a reminder from other people about like our weaknesses, because we are very self-aware people. We don't need somebody else also pushing us down. So yes, if like an INFP is really doing something that might hurt them, and that is bad, and like that can really have terrible consequences, then yeah, maybe you should warn your INFP that that is not the right way to go. Or if the INFP really hurts you, you can say that to us. I mean, we're adults, so you can talk to us. It's just like criticizing for the sake of criticizing is going to be very hurtful for the INFP, who already has super high standards for themselves. And yeah, I realized from this video that I am kind of going into the self-pitying and victimizing stereotype. But I don't think it's that far from reality. And I think other INFPs feel this too, that we are a little bit the victims of this world. That doesn't mean that we are powerless to change things, or that we don't have control over our own destinies. That doesn't mean that we can't be positive, and that we can treat others as we would like to be treated. But we aren't the heroes of, like, we aren't really well seen in general in society. So that's where, like, the combination of high standards on ourselves and the combination of how society has high standards of us makes us feel like the victims. Often we haven't been treated well by other people. Often we've been bullied. Often we've been mistreated. And I think that there needs to be some compassion for that. Then it's not good to be stuck in that mindset of, like, that's everyone is out to get me, everybody is going to hurt me. That's not a, like, healthy mindset, but it's not completely untrue. So you have to start with acknowledging that the INFPs don't really have an easy life. So that's the first thing about self-pitying and victimizing. The other thing is that how do you get an INFP to take some control of their lives? The answer is you can't really influence an FI user to change. You can, but it's ultimately the INFP's choice. Ultimately, the INFP has to wake up inside and realize that they've been in the wrong and want to change it and have the power to change it. You can't fix an INFP, but you can make the path easier for them by saying nice things, by being their friend, by valuing the INFP, by making them feel like they aren't maybe the victims all the time, by just basic kindness, by making us feel like we can be ourselves around you, you can show them that the world isn't out to get them. But in the end, the INFP has to decide that for themselves. And I can't help you with that. I can't help you guys of other types with that, because INFPs are very stubborn and they won't take your word for it. They'll want to see it for themselves. But in order to see it from themselves, it has to start with that other people are nice to us. And if you can be one of the nice people, that can be enough to spark the INFP's realization that they need to change and that the world is a beautiful place. You can't force your views on another person. And slowly, if you're lucky, if the INFP is willing, the INFP will see the world as a more beautiful place, and they'll realize that they are important in the world and that they can actually, they aren't the victims. That, well, there are people who are victims, but that they aren't necessarily a victim. They are other things as well. And maybe they aren't a victim either. They'll realize that they'll gain self-confidence. And with that self-confidence, they'll realize that they don't need to self-pity anymore, because they are great people in themselves. So dealing with self-pity and victimizing in INFPs, you will deal with that because INFPs do that. But INFPs who are healthy, who have been met with kindness, will realize that that is not true in the end. but another person cannot force them to get there. So that is my thoughts on how other types should deal with us. Basically, just be nice, compliment us on our strengths, like tell us gently if something needs to be changed, but don't expect us to change because of that. Don't get mad at us because we aren't doing what you suggest. The likelihood is that we have thought about the exact thing that you discussed, and we just aren't willing to do that change just yet. That is my advice. Take it or leave it. If other INFPs have any other stuff to say on the subject, please let us know in the comments. And if people of other types have other viewpoints, let me know. Have a great day. Bye-bye.